Africa. Its negative portrayal overwhelmingly dominates. For most, Africa's realities are symbolized in images of poverty, disease, war, and destruction. Africa and its peoples are reflected through the eyes of Western media, reducing the continent to a place of catastrophe, while its accomplishments and contributions to civilization are ignored or distorted. Africa has truly become a dark continent. But could all of this be about to change? With the election of our 44th President, Barack Obama, the United States has never been closer to the continent of Africa than now. The question is, will his presidency help to change the way we think about Africa, or the way Africa is shown in the media? President Obama, a national leader with family in Africa, could be a catalyst for helping to guide positive perceptions about the continent. In 2006, as a United States Senator, Obama revisited Kenya, the birthplace of his father.
His coming here will boost the image of Africans in Europe and world over. People will not just see us as beggars in Europe, but we have not only the physical potentiality, but the mind potentiality, but the brain potentiality. So his coming here is a message not only to us, it's an inspiration, but to the entire world.
Unfortunately, Africa continues to be misunderstood and misinterpreted by the forces of mainstream media. In the micro view, we need to start peeling away the reality of Africa from the myth. First, Africa is not a huge conglomerate. Africa is not one country. Africa consists of 53 independent countries and is the second largest continent next to Asia. But where do these negative perceptions come from? What are the roots of Western perceptions of Africa? Western media rarely covers Africa unless there is something tragic. Western-based newswire services like the Associated Press, along with other major media outlets, have been the influencers of what audiences in their home countries heard about the rest of the world, often pushing the belief that Africans are violent and cruel people who conduct endless tribal warfare. In many forms of entertainment, there is the perception of Africans as innocents, unaware of modern life, like the Bushmen of the movie, The Gods Must Be Crazy. Add to that the lack of geography and history courses on Africa in all levels of education, and this only compounds the problem. There are some popular and unthreatening images of Africa, such as dancing natives, safaris, and exotic animals. Many of these courtesy of publications like National Geographic magazine. While the magazines show us skillfully photographed images, it sometimes can give the perception of Africans as wild people. Where are the urban professional men and women, the university professors and students, the artists? Yes, these are African natives too. My friend Waswa, who is Kenyan, has taught me a lot about the realities of Africa. For instance, I've learned that the word tribe does not mean that you live in the jungle.
My name is Waswa Wanakai Kavanga Bomoka. I'm half Kenyan. My father's from Kenya, from the Luhya tribe, which is third largest out of 42. I lived in Kenya for 17 years. I lived in the capital city, Nairobi, so I was kind of sheltered from the rural parts of Africa. Nairobi is a modern city. There's about 6 million people living in Nairobi. We have shopping malls, cell phones, traffic jams, just like what you have over here.
It should not be difficult to understand that the continent's population of nearly 700 million speaks more than 1,000 main languages. But if you're in Kenya, don't worry about needing a translator to get around.
The national language in Kenya is English. Schools are taught in English. All the road signs are in English. You have to know English to get by in Nairobi. The second language is Swahili. Most people in Kenya can speak 3 languages, English, Swahili, and their native language, depending on what tribe they're from.
In reality, Africa consists of great cultural diversity and vision. This is the Africa that should be shown in the media. Besides its people, Africa is a continent with a rich history of natural resources. It is not just made up of deserts and barren land. Diamonds, gold, uranium, and other rare ground metals, which are in great demand on the world market, are found here. Petroleum and gas, valuable sorts of wood, and products of tropical agriculture such as cotton, coffee, tea, and exotic fruits are the main reaches of Africa. Its deep rivers have significant hydroenergy resources, and its coastal waters are brimming in fish and other seafood. So how will the perception of Africa change? One example is a recent campaign by the Red Cross. The International Federation of Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies are launching a new initiative aimed at getting the media to report the good as well as the bad news from Africa. Add to this the needed improvement of education about Africa. Illustrated children's books, such as Africa is Not a Country, will help to end generalizations about the countries and cultures that limit our understanding of the continent and create harmful stereotypes. It will be interesting to see if our president will have any influence on Westerners' perceptions of the vast continent, especially if we believe that the news media is guided largely by the priorities of United States policymakers. While many factors have created negative stereotypes of Africa, one thing rings true. Don't believe everything that you see in the media.
I think most people here in the United States have a misconception about Africa because most of them have never been there. That is like the answer. That's the answer, you know? Once you go there, you're like, okay, it's different than I thought. Wow.